I ended up buying a couple of things prior to surgery that I thought might make recovery just a little bit more comfortable or enjoyable. And some things really worked out well, and other things I didn't really need, or something else would have worked just as well. Um, but one of the things that you'll definitely want to make sure you have enough of is comfy, loose fitting, soft clothes for your recovery period. I had bought a couple pajama pants, a pair of yoga pants, and some loose fitting tank tops and sweatshirts that I wore a lot in the first 2 months. And the yoga pants I really appreciated because they were solid black and a little bit thicker. So when I needed to go to follow-up appointments or run errands, I felt more comfortable wearing those than I did the thinner pajama pants. And I wasn't sure if the waistband of my pants would interfere with my scar ahead of time. And it ended up not interfering at all for me. My scar goes from the bottom of my sternum to the top of my belly button. But what did interfere was the bottom of my bra straps, and getting a bra that was like soft enough and comfortable enough was a bit of a challenge. They use rib spreaders during surgery, and so I feel like the width around my chest was a little bit wider post surgery than it was before. So if you're going to buy something new, make sure you size up a size or two for the band size. And then I also just think something that's just less supportive, like a softer fabric, more of maybe a sports bra style with some stretched out elastic on the bottom, would be a lot more comfortable than a more structured or supportive bra. That's just my opinion. Um, Another thing that I bought before surgery was a Snuggie, a really soft Snuggie to take naps with during the day, or just to like have over me because it was in December. I thought I would get cold. And the one I got was, nice and cozy. I ended up cinching the wrists with some elastic, and then the foot area with some elastic to try and keep some of the cold air out, and that worked really well. But I think also just having a regular soft normal blanket would also have been fine. One thing I got that I definitely did not need was I got a metal adjustable computer lap table because I thought maybe it would be uncomfortable having my computer on my lap, but there was no reason for me to have that. I felt perfectly fine having my computer the way I normally do, and so that was just bulky and in the way. In the hospital, there were two things that I really, really wish I had brought with me and didn't. One was a flat, soft, just like a thin pillow. My head was feeling kind of sensitive after surgery, and the hospital pillows I felt were just too fat and too firm for my comfort. So I ended up sleeping on a folded up fleece jacket because it was just a little flatter. And then I put one of the arms over my eyes to make it a little bit darker at night. So the other thing I wish I had was an eye mask for sure. When I left the hospital and I went back to the transplant house, the bed was really, really firm. And after surgery, I was mostly just laying down flat on my back to sleep. And normally I'm a side sleeper. So the fact that it was kind of an unusual sleeping position for me and the bed was so firm, my husband ended up going to Bed Bath & Beyond or Target and just getting a really thin, cheap mattress topper to give it a little bit more cushion, and I am so glad we did that. It was worth it, even just for the few days that I was there, just to be more comfortable as I was sleeping at night. So if you need one, I definitely recommend going to get one. post-surgery, for the first few months, for at least 3 months, you'll be taking pills every day, a couple medications. So I found having a cheap little pill organizer from the pharmacy was really helpful to help me remember if I had taken my pill that day or not. And then I ended up taking pills a little bit longer because I needed to take iron supplements. So I was really glad to have that pill organizer. Um, just like a piece of general advice I would give is think about what kind of hobbies that you have that you enjoy doing, that you could perhaps do sitting on your couch or relaxing at home, and just making sure you have enough supplies for when you're recovering, just to make sure you have enough to do. And then the last thing that I got that was really helpful was I got some SPF 50 tank tops. For the first 12 months after surgery, you're going to want to keep your scar out of strong or direct sunlight. UV light can turn your scar into more of a purple color, and once it does, you can't reverse it. It's permanent. So having any kind of SPF 50 clothing can add that extra layer of protection. And I still wear my tank tops all the time. It's just a regular part of my clothing collection. So that ended up being a really good purchase for me. So those are some of the things I got and how they worked.